Hey, what's up, everybody? I am back. I am so sorry about missing the last few days. Last week, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I'll get into more of that a bit later. I'll give you guys a full recap of the end of my week last week and what that was like. But for now, I don't want to cut you guys short on saying hi to all of our friends out there. Jump in the chat wherever you're watching. Say hello. Let's kick off this month, this week with a bang here. I see uh Q Boys and Spicy Chemist over on D Live. Silbor, good to see you as well. Drunk Pinata hosting the show. Drunk Pinata probably going overtime every single day last week that I was out. So shout out to him for keeping you guys entertained while I was laid up. Serpentine and on, good to see you out there again. Thank you guys for tuning in over in the Mosh Pit on D Live. We're on Rumble as well. I see UK Patriot 55. Where we go one, we go all. GTG out there, of course. Joe Elaine, our super mod, doing her thing. Hit that thumbs up button over on Rumble if you haven't already done so. And of course, great to be back in the comfy bunker on pilled.net with you all, the home of free speech and the exclusive place to watch hour number 2 of a broadcast every single day. So jump on into chat over there if you haven't already. Give us a little shout out. We'll give you one back, as many of you as we can. And let's get it started. Delia in there first. Just hope you're feeling better. Definitely an improvement. Still not 100%, but again, we'll recap on all that here at the beginning of the show. D Richard, what's up, D? Good to see you. And Floyd Due Diligence. Floyd, Delia, so many people checking up on me over the past few days behind the scenes. I really appreciate you guys. The love and the concern is always appreciated. So thank you. Thank you guys for being such good friends. HL Paco, good to see you out there. Joe Elaine, of course, doing her thing, modding the chat over on Pill. Joe, you're the best. Don't know what I would do without you. Light Spirit Lance, great to see you. And Floyd with a Margarita Monday cookie. Thank you so much. Esther G13 says, Adel, the new Sublime collab with Stick Figure and Jacob Noel is lit. Feel like that. Yeah, it's badass. I've listened to it quite a few times since it dropped in late May. Esther, good shit. Thank you for the can. Cheers. And yeah, we'll probably play that on the next Saturday morning chat, which I believe will be this Saturday. At least that's the plan right now. Ken Chris, great to see you out there. There's that damn sticker, Esther. Let's see who else is hanging out. Hey, there's Maven Pilled Promos dropping the links. As always, we love you, Maven. Curious one, Jenny, Lyle, Packers 412. Great to see you guys. Hope you're both doing well. Patriot 714 in the house. Floyd with a cookie and a YouTube link, a Blacks for Trump YouTube link. I'm gonna check that out later. I've got some fun clips to play that might be related to that. Tweety 52, good to see you out there. R Harold, welcome. And Pip's mom checking in from Wales, UK. Hope you're feeling better. Getting there. We're getting there. Still got the cough a little bit. 315 Russ says, I'm back from a little hiatus. Anyone ready for a top 10 list? Always ready for a top 10 list, Russ. I guess we could do that today, even, Russ. If you want to jump in right around 5:45. We can wrap up the show with that. That'd be a fun way to wrap up wrap up the start to June here, if that makes any sense. Mez, Barb Robbins, good to see you guys. Mad Joker out there as well. Pensitter in the house. Lucy Anders, Patriot drummer. Good to see you all. Welcome. DX says, let's go. Yeah, let's go, DX. Ohio 17. Roy Stones and Bones over on the West Coast. Good to see you. Dave 75. Yeah, hanging in there, buddy. Don Ritchie says, welcome back. Adel, thank you for the cookie. Don Ritchie 17. Appreciate you, man. Great to see you. Eagle Freedom FVT. Welcome, guys. Good to see you all out there. Space Cookie. There's Laura White repping the 412. Let's go, Laura. Viking Man. Good to see you. Yeah, feeling better. Too Quick in the house as well. And Sig, your Dragon Slayer says, how's the hookah lung? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Zurame, always in Texas. Filter Dog 1 says he's Team Felon. I love that. The Watcher 222, thank you for the can. Cheers. Biatch says hello and lurking. Great to see you, Biatch. Thank you for the can as well. Wisconsin on. Cycle Chris, welcome you guys. Great to be with all of you out there. Flawless in USA, mixed picks in the house. Walking wounded inbound from Pinatas. Love it. WB or DWB rather. Welcome. Old Salty Dog, thank you for the cookie. Hey, there's Greg Harvey. Greenbeard. What's up, man? How you been? With a can of whoop ass. Let's go. Thank you, Greenbeard. Appreciate it. Old Salty Dog, thank you for the cookie. Trump Red Pill 1, Trick Pony out there as well. Shops, ITMC, Born Deplorable. Welcome, you guys. Hey, there's Rise Attire. Loving that Banana Republic flag sticker. That's so funny. Let's see. Trick Pony, Thumper Rose. Great to see you. Scott Woke Societies. It's great to be back. It is really good to be back. And thank you, Scott, for bopping in here, man. It's always awesome to see you in the chat when you could pop by. Sean Joe, cheers. Thank you for the can. And Willow Lady 6 out there as well. Misinformation, MAGA Matt, and who else am I missing? Red Quarters, Idaho Vet, Cali Patriot 14. Hey, there's Kaiman Molan Lave out there checking in from South Africa. Love to see it. What's up, Kaiman? Let's see. Who else? Am I missing anybody? CK Whitehorse, how you doing? Good to see you out there. It's 401. What's up, Trick Pony? Thank you for the cookie. Very much appreciated. Lots of love flowing in here. Before we even get started, I really appreciate it. Kyrez, thank you. Yes, it's so good to be back with you guys. Seriously, it is. Oh my goodness. June, Veteran Appreciation Month. Fuck yeah, it is. Fuck these Marxists and these groomers. We're taking June back. I love it here. Adding to the channel. I'm added to my favorites as well. Damn. 2A Freedom Rider repping the 412. Let's go. Rabbit Hole. What's up? All right, guys. We'll be right back with the official start. See you guys in a few minutes.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Y'all for tuning in, Patriots United, doing what we gotta do to win. Be addicted, the MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all, I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall, we're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong and stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production, Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the team state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Adult hero is the power that's controlling the plight. With all you patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they're confined. They're just slaves in the system to the roles they're assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight, but I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sites? These people hate America, punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, we're preaching with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only incentivized to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the roof and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful, then you're gone. But not us, we're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right knowing they're wrong. Adol Nero, take the mic and take flight to the song.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Adol Nero.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, kicking off the month of June, our first broadcast here in the month of June, kicking off a fresh week 2 on this Monday, June 3rd, 2024 broadcast. My name is Adol Nero, and with me is Mr. Tennessee Homesteader. Before I pass things over to him to say hi, just wanted to apologize for just kind of disappearing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week. My cough just got to a point where I could barely get like full sentences out without coughing. I finally broke down and went to the doctors and got a prescription for some medication. The medication helped a little bit, but it made me super like woozy and out of it and just kind of like laid me up. I could barely get out of bed for most of Thursday and Friday. I was incredibly sluggish. It was hell. But anyway, I'm feeling reasonably better now. I still have the cough. It hasn't completely gone away, so probably see me mute myself and go and clearing my throat quite often. But I do feel much better here to kick off this week than I did at the end of last week. So again, I apologize for just disappearing. Believe me, like especially Friday, how hard it was to not do a show Friday with the conviction news and everything going on. I wanted to be on here so bad, breaking that down with you guys, getting into it with you guys. It was really hard to sit on the sidelines and not be a part of all that conversation and whatnot. But anyway, we're back today. We're gonna get into all that stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. I've got lots of clips to play. We got lots of articles. We'll probably spend a majority of today talking about the conviction, what it means, and we'll break it down from a lot of different angles. So I'm looking forward to all of that. Hanging out with me, like I said, is Tennessee Homesteader, my OG of OGs. What's up, TN? How you doing, bud?
Okay, it's let me tell you, the doctor prescribing barbiturates never help on the cough.
The doctor prescribing what?
Barbiturates,
I don't even know what that is.
downers.
I mean,
Ketamines are the uppers, barbiturates are the downers.
okay. I learned something today.
It puts you out, right?
Yeah, it was.
knocked-
They prescribed benzonatate or something like that, and it helped a little bit with the cough, but more than anything, it just made my head feel like it was about 20 pounds heavier than it normally is, and yeah, so I didn't even go all the way through the prescription because I just got sick of feeling like I constantly needed to nap and lay down, and
in the stupor, yeah.
yeah, I just can't take it anymore. So if the cough gets worse, I'll maybe take some at night when I don't have anything else to do or get
Right.
done. But I could not spend another freaking day just feeling like like you said, like in a stupor. I think that's the perfect way to put it. So anyway.
I love to see what your data models look like.
Oh God, yeah, like it was everything was hell. Like trying to get absolutely anything accomplished was just terrible.
That's right. Your visualizations look like hookahs, and I don't know why.
Yeah. God. Just don't even say hookah to me right now. I'm never touching one of those damn things again.
Well, today is an interesting delta. The one and only drop. There were 11 drops today on June 3rd, but only one in 2018, and it's the infamous right?
Yeah.
Upside 1911 or semi-automatic. I would assume a 1911 because the 1911 was right. The M1911 was a 45 caliber pistol. So befitting, right?
Yeah. And it's the start of the gun violation trial for Hunter Biden too, which is kind of
Yeah, yeah, exactly. With his nanny by his side and support and moral support, more like intimidation. But yeah, and so yeah, interesting week it's going to be, I believe, because like we're going to get into it, of course, with Trump's trial. There was a great, I don't know if it's in your stack, but there was a very good article by Gateway Pundit that had nothing more but 34 points as to why the case should never have been brought, which leads you to understand why it was. So
well, I don't have that one queued up, so if
it's
you
too long. It's too long.
oh, it's too long to read. Okay.
It's 34 well, most of them are. Some of them are real short, but most of them are well documented reasons.
Okay. I wasn't sure
I
if
would,
it was
I
a
would
quick list
recommend
or
Yeah, I would recommend people go out to Gateway Pundit and track it down. I've downloaded and created a digital copy of it, a PDF version of it, and I'm going to put it on my script. And hat tip to Fitzy, who actually posted that in image format, and she handed off the article. But yeah, it's interesting, and everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody because that's too generalization, but the vast majority, I think the best way to put it is I think it was Stephen Miller that said they made a martyr out of Trump.
oh my God, did they ever?
Yep.
Did they ever?
This
Yeah,
is bloody obvious, right?
yeah.
So, and the shills are trying, they're trying so feebly, so feeble. They're trying, bless their heart.
Should we before we go to sponsors, should we start today by pissing off the groomers and Marxists a little bit with
Yeah.
comedy? Since
Yeah.
you know it's their it's a Pride Month for those of you who are unaware. Uh,
Yes. First day was June 1st.
how about we start with who I think is maybe one of the absolute funniest people to ever set foot on this planet, Norm Macdonald. Uh, here's a little minute and 17 seconds. Norm Macdonald sitting down with I think it's Dennis Miller.
It's Miller, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I went to this gay pride parade, and I saw in it there were these old men and old ladies like with these signs that said, "We are proud of our gay son," you know. And so I was saying that's an odd thing to be proud of, you know, because it's not an achievement, you know. It's not like something you work all your life to be gay or anything like that. And I just wondered. I had a hard time believing that these 50, 60-year-old men are actually bragging, you know, at work like they're, "Hey, Bill, you know." My kid, oh my God, we're proud of him, Johnny. He graduated from Harvard, you know, first in his class, you know what I mean? Now he's articling over at a law firm, and oh yeah, he loves cock. You know? This kid. He can't get enough cock in his mouth, his ass. This kid's always cock. I got a picture of the boy here sucking another man's cock. I want to show it to you. You're gonna be proud.
To watch the maturation of you as an artist, to realize it took you 9.5 minutes to get around to the sucking cock stuff. It's beautiful to see you come.
Anyway, a little laughter to Norm Macdonald, man. I tell you what, you know, rest in peace. He's one of the very, very funniest people ever to step foot on this planet. But
Yeah, the art of sarcasm.
yeah. So that's in honor of Pride Month there. All right. Well, I don't know where Pinata is or if he's coming or not. So we'll go ahead and take care of our sponsors, and if he pops in, we'll see what he's got going on his show today, and go from there. But first, let's take care of our sponsors here today. First one being Earth Garden Botanicals, earthgardenbotanicals.com, run by our friend Jolene up in Montana. She's an herbalist, a health coach. She makes these amazing wellness products up there. And things like the white pine needle extract, I've been using that every day, putting it in my tea. That and the raw honey and the lemon that everyone's been suggesting. Trust me, I've been doing all the things. For whatever reason, this has just been super persistent. But it's good for detoxing. It's a concentrate version of the pine, the sunshine and pine needle tea. There's a lot of great hemp and CBD products as well as CBD oil tinctures. All the ingredients for them are locally and organically grown on small organic Montana farms. They taste amazing. Flavors like orange, ginger, bergamot, huckleberry, cinnamon bliss, cherry, peppermint. Unflavored's also very good. And then we got a CBD oil for pets, the Delta R&R nighttime gummies for a good night sleep. Delta 8 R&R nighttime gummies help you get a good night's sleep. Check out the topical cream, the arnica salve for your sore joints and muscles as well. You can get that with or without CBD oil infused right on in there. Elderberry tonic to boost your immune system. Fire cider to clear your sinuses, breathe more clearly. I mentioned the sunshine and pine needle tea. There's a few other blends, tea blends to look at there if you like drinking tea. And of course, the critter juice as well, an all natural insect repellent, probably my favorite of all the products because it works so well. And I spend a lot of time on the golf course and outdoors during the summer. I usually get eaten alive by mosquitoes, but this stuff has absolutely changed the game for me. I swear by it. It smells good. It doesn't feel oily and gross on your skin. It's a fantastic product, and they're all available. All of these products are available for 10% off when you use promo code 412 at checkout. So go to earthgardenbotanicals.com, load up that cart, say hi to Jolene, use that promo code, and enjoy. All right, and then also we have Integral Networks, integralnetworks.com. Integral Networks is a third-party IT provider located up in the Northwest. They serve the entire United States. They provide IT services, helping companies of all sizes and shapes save time, effort, and money on their IT systems. They do it with a lot of different products and services, things like data backup and recovery, cybersecurity, break and fix solutions. They can help you with major networking devices or commercial networking devices like Cisco devices, not easy to deal with. And a bunch of other things as well. They also do the Integral Secure Workspace, which is really neat. It's a server that they'll set up a virtual desktop for your users to log in and do their business, and then they log out, providing two major advantages. One, as an IT administrator, all keeping applications and software up to date for everybody is done centrally rather than on individual local machines. So you just do it on the server, and that's all. Because you're not worried about individual machines. And then the other advantage is your data stays super secure on the server as well, because your users have no reason to carry it locally on their hard drive since they're doing all the work on the virtual machine. So it's a great solution that can really fit a lot of situations and help streamline things. But yeah, Integral Networks, they pretty much handle anything a help desk would handle for you, and you don't need to build out all that infrastructure that comes along with having your own in-house help desk, IT help desk. So go check it out, integralnetworks.com. You can dial 916-827-3293 or hit up their contact us page. Let them know you heard about them at 412 Productions. So a big thank you to the sponsors and all of you out there continuing to support our broadcast and our sponsors. So really appreciate that, guys. And yeah, let me say a couple of thank yous and then we'll jump on in here as a bunch of these have popped in and I don't want to get buried by them here. 2A Freedom Rider hooking us up with some shades. Thank you, Matt 1776. Here's a nice cookie to soothe that throat. Thank you, Matt. Great to see you. It's great to be back. Sean Joe, thank you for the cookie. Tomcat says welcome back 412. Thank you, Tomcat. I appreciate that. It is so good to be back. Boys Blanc, Sean Joe, thank you for the cookies. Boys Blanc says, to be honest, Adel, and I went to Vegas and got married. There was lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Thank you for the cookies, Boys Blanc. Victoria, thank you for the canned cheers. And Zorton PR says, got the critter juice as well as the fire cider. Excellent products. Yeah, I swear by so many of Jolene's products over on Earth Garden. She really is a fantastic company, and I couldn't be more happy to have her as a sponsor of the show. And thank you, Braves Piano, for the can. I really appreciate that, Braves Piano. So there you guys go. Those are our gold pills up to this point. We'll check back in with those here, probably around the halfway point of the show. So you guys keep throwing them in there. We'll keep reading and reacting to them as we go along here. So I want to start with, I'll start with a video here because every once in a while you see somebody post a video, whether it's on TikTok or X or wherever, and they just articulate something so perfectly. They say it so well, it's hard to do it better, right? And I have no idea who this guy is that I'm about to play. I've never seen him before in my life, but after the Trump conviction, I saw this video. It's about 5 minutes long. I was like, man, that guy absolutely nailed it. So I want to start with this, and we'll use it to kind of jump into the conversation around Trump being convicted on 34 felony accounts in Manhattan, New York. Here we go.
You know how many partnerships I'm going to lose for making this video? Do you know how many partnerships? I can see him calling me right now. I'm about to lose a lot of money, but I don't care. I ain't never done nothing for the money. I've never done nothing to make other people happy. I say what I want to say when I want to say it. I'm for sure voting Trump 2024. Ain't no question in the world, dude. I am voting Trump 2024. And I ain't a liberal, so I can tell you why I'm going to do something, okay? The reason I'm going to vote Trump 2024 is because one main reason. This man getting the people treatment. He's getting the people treatment. He ain't getting treated like a billionaire. He ain't getting treated like a president. He ain't getting treated like a politician. He's getting treated like me. He's getting treated like me. And the people that I despise, the elites, the people that don't answer to the same law that I answer to, the people that can literally bat an eye and say, hey, make that disappear from me, and it's gone, the people that never get challenged on the disrespectful BS that they commit every single day, I can't stand. But this man's getting popped for things commoners don't even get popped for. This man is under scrutiny more than a black man downtown Compton with a bag of good in his pocket. This man is being sent through a sifter so fine that they're checking what type of toilet paper he uses to make sure there's nothing illegal in it. And this man is now a felon. One of the only people in politics, period, that's a felon. And y'all acting like you're fighting against the system when you are on the same side as the universities, the mainstream media, 99% of politicians, every manufacturing company that does their business overseas. You think you're fighting the system when your entire face is plastered over Target, Nike, Walmart every time your month comes around. You think you're fighting against the machine when you literally go to universities and they preach what you preach. Please, you are not going against the system. You are just not smart enough to realize you are the fuel and the cogs in the machine you don't even understand is bending you over a barrel. This is what's insane to me. Fight the system. How can you fight the system, Becky? You are literally the thing that makes the system work. Dye your hair something other than purple, get a brain, and come back again, and let's see what we can do. But this is why, no questions asked, I'm voting Trump 2024. This man does not get the special treatment. He is not on the side of the universities. He is not on the side of the Bilderberger meetings. He is not on the side of the Clintons, the Obamas, the Rockefellers, the universities, the large corporations. This man is the guy who's fighting the machine. This guy is the rage against the machine. He is the one that is giving you the ability to say, F this, I will not stand for it anymore. I'm not going to let you raise my taxes and have you send them overseas. I'm not going to let you tell me what I should put in my body, what I have to put in my body just to function in the world that is supposed to be free. No way, no how. Y'all literally want to preserve democracy when the president you put in place is the least democratic president we've had at any time in our history. Y'all have lost me. Y'all have lost me. You have no ability to compromise. You have no ability to put your pride to the side and be like, ooh, we effed up. You have no ability to look around and realize, no, it's not okay that prices are up. It's not okay that more people are being helped overseas than right here domestically. It's not okay that we can't solve our SA trafficking, yet they can pinpoint every last dollar that you spend, even if it's cash. You aren't asking the right questions. and I'll be damned if I stand by and not say something about it. So any company that is paying me, that is working with me, that sees this video and is like, oh my gosh, John's office rocker, drop my ass. I don't care. I am tired. Americans have been corralled into working for companies that control their freedom of speech outside of work. I'm not working for you right now. I'm not making a video for your product right now. So honestly, you shouldn't really have a problem with what I say. But the stifling of speech from apparently the free speech side of the aisle, right? I can't tell you how many emails I got back in 2020 and 2021 that had BLM, LGBTQ activist or whatever. Yet if I put Trump 2020 in my bio, they'd drop me like that. So where is the free speech? Why can't I like what I like and you like what you like? I'm not going to get mad if someone I work with or some company I work with is pro Joe Biden. I don't care, man. You have the freedom to do and think whatever you want. And I'm not here to tell you not to. But you want to control my speech, and I ain't here for it. This is a long video, and I got to stop. But I'm pissed off, man. I'm pissed off. This is a big deal. I think you guys are going to realize this in the next 3-4 years, how serious this is right now. And you're going to be pissed off that you didn't say something. Oh, I got too many followers. I'm a big-time builder. I have to make content for Milwaukee. If I say something, Milwaukee might drop me. Bro, drop my ass. See if I care. I think the true companies that really stand behind America and actually want their businesses to thrive and continue to grow and thrive in America understand exactly what I'm saying.
All right. So a couple things that he said, or really the main thing that he said that really stuck out to me, TN, was he's getting the people treatment. He's getting the people treatment. He's not being treated like a politician or a president or an elitist that snaps their fingers, talks to their fixers, makes a donation to the right foundation, and their problems disappear, gets scrubbed from the records, no accountability. He's getting treated like you would, like I would. Or how did he put it? Like a black man walking through Compton with a bag of good in his pocket. I mean, that to me was probably the most succinct and articulate way of putting it. You know, he now Trump is officially on the other side of the machine, on the other side of the system. People can see it now as clear as day that he's not a part of it. Anyone that was disillusioned, he brought it up too, you know, when he said, you think you're on the side of resisting the machine, when, you know, I've made this point a bunch of times over the years, when, you know, every single major manufacturer that's sending their jobs overseas, or corporation, financial institution, media conglomerate, academia, are all resisting with you. No, I mean, he's now, for anyone that can even see remotely objectively, can see that this guy is an outsider. He does offer some level of challenge to the status quo, and I think it's really starting to resonate with people. Anyone that's not satisfied with the state of things right now, I think, is looking at Donald Trump a lot differently now than they were a couple weeks ago. So I thought he was absolutely spot on with that. I don't know, at the end, what do you think?
I'll give it a 85 out of 100.
Okay.
I'm gonna take points. Overall positive message for the people that need to hear it, to bring to, in essence, from his perspective, to light. But I didn't like the one. He did not mention anything about the charges or the conviction being a sham, made up charges, trumped up, oh, pun intended, charges. And then, and frankly, for him to use the analogy of a black man in Compton with some good in his pocket, well, they're being let free in California. That's where Compton is. So I don't think that was a good analogy. Maybe years ago, I just didn't like the he's getting the black man treatment type angle to the statement.
He said he's getting the people treatment.
Yeah, but no.
He really didn't bring up race. He used the one analogy, but I don't think his.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did. He did. By bringing up Compton, he did. By saying the people, he didn't. He's talking about. Well, that's my interpretation. He was talking about people of his skin color. Is what how I interpret it by the angle of the Compton right behind that. But again,
Yeah, I thought that there was a separation there when he said he's getting the people treatment. He talked about how politicians and these people and those people don't get treated this way. And then he brought up after that, he brought up like as another analogy on top of it. So I kind of separated the two statements, but I could see how you would draw them together. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Go ahead, keep going.
no, and that was it. I mean, it's overall, it's a positive message for those that need to hear it from a liberal viewpoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't bring up again, my biggest issue is he didn't bring up the charges that the whole case was made up. Now, if you want to really make an analogy of being treated like a commoner, right? That would have been the term, a commoner, right? He did bring up an elitist, but a commoner. Then bring up the fact that the charges or the thing was made up. I mean, come on, 34 counts. That's what everybody's talking about, and it's 34 instances of a check, right? 34 payments, which they made up into 34 counts. So, it's like going in and a bank robber goes in to robs a bank, but he gets a charge for each of the $100 bills he took. That's what they did, right? So anyways, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. I'm glad that he's coming out and basically saying, because the people that he's speaking to need to hear it. I just didn't. To me, it was again the another race angle, which is where I have an issue with, but considering where the message is going and who is trying to draw into, from his perspective, he's not trying to convince him. He's just saying what he's going to do, which will more than likely convince some, and maybe that'll have an exponential reaction. So.
Okay.
That was my thing. Overall, like I said, an 85 out of 100.
And that's better than 95% of the grades I got from 5th grade through the I only graduated college. So that's pretty damn good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, like I said, I only took because it was just like, in a way, it had maybe that's because where his philosophy is. He said he was a liberal, right? The philosophy.
He said he's not a liberal.
No, he said he was.
No, he said I'm not a liberal, so I can actually tell you why.
Oh, I thought he said he was a liberal, and that's what tell you why.
No.
Okay, I misunderstood that.
Yeah.
It was just again, they had this tinge of the systemic racism angle to it, although he didn't go there. It's just what popped into my head where he was going. If I closed my eyes, I literally closed my eyes so I could just hear and not watch, right?
Yeah.
And it just had that angle. And again, that just may be me, because we see it so often, the subliminal race card that's in there.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Tian. The reason I like that clip so much is because I really didn't feel like he was focused on that at all. Like when I listened to him, I thought that he was more talking about the average citizen versus that 1% that controls things. Because the point that I thought that he was trying to make was, look, I mean, if you're part of the machine, you don't get treated like this by the machine. And there's a lot of people out there who were resisting, the whole resist angle when Trump was in office. They were like, he was the man, he was the authority. And I think there was a lot of people that kind of saw Donald Trump as another cog in that machine, just in a different way. And what I heard him say basically was like, this man is getting treated like any commoner that would get abused by the system. He is not getting any favors from it. He's in fact being overly aggressively treated by the machine. He did use the analogy like a black man
in Compton.
Yeah, which I can understand. I can understand why that would take you down that path, Tien, because that's really the only analogy he did make, I guess, as far as like an example. But I really thought that his whole focus was if you can't tell that this man is an outsider and like an actual like threat to this system of control that has been screwing over the average person, if you can't see that now, you're blind. That was I thought
Yeah, I know, and that's why I said of 85%, right? An 85 point. And to those in particular, Rise, yes, I did listen to him. That one piece where he says, I'm not liberal, I thought he said, I am liberal. That's the only thing that I did not hear correctly. But I did. I grew up in Southern California, making the reference to Compton and to the change that occurred in Compton or is occurring in Compton and Torrance and all that, the black being replaced by Latinos and Asians to boot, right? But that's not what he used as the example. So if you're going to ask me if I listen to listen to him, then listen to the example he used, and that's where I'm using my point.
Yeah, I think
By using the example of a black man in Compton with drugs, good. That's the example. I didn't use it. Those are his words.
yeah. No, your point's fair there. He could have used probably a better analogy there to draw his point. Because and to be fair to your point, Tien, in a way, a black man with or anybody with a pocket of good I mean, technically, if you have contraband, you are breaking the law. And
Right.
Donald Trump really didn't break any laws.
Right. And that's my point about they should have been that it was a sham. That's the angle that would have. But anyways, like I said, 85%, and that's my opinion. If you want to have a different opinion, not you, but for those that have a different opinion, I grew up in Southern California. Okay. I grew up in Southern California, and I had friends that lived in Torrance. And so when he's used that example, I know what he was meaning. I worked in Watts for a while, so I know what he meant.
All right. I've got more clips I want to play for you guys. This is another black gentleman. This one's not as long and not quite as articulate, but the overall sentiment I feel is important because I feel like there's a lot of this out there as well. I don't know who this is either, but again, it's really the overall sentiment that I think is really coming through in a big way with a lot of the people right now. Take a listen.
Oh, it's party time, huh? It's a celebration. Everybody laughing and kikiing. Oh, he's guilty. You know what the reality of it is? It doesn't even matter. You haven't changed anybody's mind. The only thing that's changed is that every minute of every day, they'll be calling him a convicted felon. And it still won't matter. You know why? Because it doesn't negate the fact that Joe Biden fucking sucks. His administration sucks. His policies suck. We barely have a border. People are struggling, can't afford groceries. Nobody's buying homes. Biology is non-existent, apparently. Illegal immigrants are being prioritized over American citizens, over military veterans. And it's sick. And so nobody cares about a bullshit conviction. Nobody cares about him being a convicted felon. It doesn't change the fact. And I wish I had a more eloquent or articulate way to convey my point, but Joe Biden fucking sucks. His VP is a fucking airhead, and she sucks as well. It's like people are tired of Democrats and Democratic policies. Crime out of control. Homelessness out of control. The amount of people that are hooked on and dying from fentanyl out of control. The fact that Biden is constantly talking about how the economy is strong and nobody else feels it. People have been pushed to the brink. People are tired. So, I mean, round of applause. Congratulations. All you've done is put a battery in the back of every Trump supporter in this country. Good fucking job.
So,
now, contrast the two. Contrast the two.
Well, the way I contrast them is it's two different angles at it. One is comparing Donald Trump to how any other politician or president has ever been treated, basically, in modern history, and showing a difference of how an insider versus an outsider gets treated by the system. Whereas this one here is more of, okay, now you have a label for them, but it doesn't change the current state of things. People still see how bad the Joe Biden administration is. You can't distract us with the name calling or the label of convicted felon when the country still has all these problems, when basically everything that these people are doing is corrupt and ineffective. So not to mention, says you put a battery in the pack of Trump supporters. I'll just throw this out there. On the back of all this, I think Donald Trump has raised like $200 million over the weekend. Don't quote me on that number exactly. I believe 80 million of it is small donors. I don't know what the cutoff between small donor versus large donor is as far as dollar amount, but the biggest part of that is, as far as small donors go, of all that money raised, 30% of the small donors are never before donators, right? People that have never donated to a political campaign before in their lives. 30% of those are brand new, right? So it put a battery in the back of not only the MAGA movement, but it's brought a significant portion of people into the conversation, and is really lit a fuse, I feel like, in a big way, lit a fire in a big way under the support for Donald Trump. So and I think also against, again, this system, the machine, if you will, the cabal, the regime, whatever you want to call it. So I like I said, I felt like it was two different kind of angles talking about the same topic, two different ways of looking at it altogether. But good, Tien.
No, I was just the way the delivery, right? That's where I was coming from. There were no examples, no analogies, no aspects other than contrasting the, like you said, the bullshit show to attach a moniker, which is a convicted felon, right? That's the moniker that they're using. And he's saying it means nothing, but he didn't use any epithets. He didn't, other than basically the bullshit administration, or and airhead, calling Kamala Harris an airhead, which she is. So, but anyways, that's why I was saying that contrasting the two, to me, that was a much better delivery. But the one thing that's interesting, Stephen Miller, which I quoted earlier about saying they made Trump a martyr, which is true in many ways. Stephen Miller also made an interesting comment, and I posted in this fashion. In 2016, it was the birth of MAGA as a movement, and the silent majority was MAGA, although it wasn't completely silent, right? But it was largely silent majority. Put him in office. In 2020, the silent majority was still there, but they were silenced. In 2024, and this is where Stephen Miller came in, he didn't use the term MAGA or anything like that. He said in 2024, this is my statement, in 2024, MAGA is louder, and there's a new silent majority, and that is independents and disenfranchised Democrats. Because the way Stephen Miller put it is, never voted or rarely voted. I added independents and Democrats in there because there are obviously people that are conservative or Republican. I don't necessarily equate the two, but that are conservative and or Republican that may not have voted or rarely voted in the past. Tends not to be the case because those people are generally politically involved in voting, at least, right? But in this go around, I think 2024, when he was saying the guy was saying the battery in the back, you could see it wherever he goes, wherever Trump goes. Before it was large rallies and it was MAGA. Now it's just plain people, just he goes to Harlem, he goes to the Bronx, he goes to wherever he goes, and there's a mass crowd around him. He arrived at Trump Tower from the trial, and there was a mass of people around. So yeah, I think the boomerang effect is tremendous here. It'll be interesting to see what happens at the sentencing, if it actually happens on July 11th, because I think there's going to be movement to forestall it by the Trump team, and there's a lot of people making statements that he should go to SCOTUS right off the bat. But it's very interesting to see what's going on. That they really, really poked the hornet's nest. And they did make him a martyr. But I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. If they actually thought bullshit charges like this are going to galvanize people to be anti-Trump, not necessarily pro-Biden, anti-Trump, when all the demonstrations, I mean, all the facts that are out there in life, and that guy was putting it, he says, your life sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to I went to the grocery store, when was I? Saturday? Yes, Saturday. $96, and I walked out with 4 bags. $96.
Pretty good. You must use some coupons.
No, I shop well, but right, but deli meat. Yeah, well, yeah, for
bags?
Huh?
Small.
Yeah, the small plastic bags. Right?
Okay.
But it was some fruit, some lunch meat, nothing expensive from a single item type of thing. $10, $20 item type of thing. No, $96.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, and that's just one stop. Because then you go to another store for other items that you need, and there's another. I mean, you can't go out and not spend easily $100, $150 for nothing nowadays. And don't go out to dinner or go out to lunch when you're doing $60 to $70 lunches for 2 people. And I'm not talking about caviar and champagne here. I'm talking about club sandwiches.
Yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane how expensive everything is.
And I don't blame the restaurants per se, because they're not gouging people that necessarily. I mean, around me there aren't any high ends, but they're not gouging people. It's the cost of the cost.
Yeah.
Now, my wife and I, after church, we went out to lunch. The credit card companies are now charging in her case, she was telling us, the waitress, that the credit card company was charging her $8 to get the money that was put on tips on the credit card. They charge the waitresses or the
That's insane.
That's insane. So some restaurants will do it by, basically because the transaction fees. I noticed that at one place I went to, they made 2 charges, one for the meal and one for the service.
Mm-hmm.
So they charged the tip separately, not because it was automatic. It's the tip that I put on the bill. They made a specific credit card entry charge for that, separate from the bill. So then the restaurant picked up the tab, because normally restaurants have volume transaction discount from the credit card companies. But she was telling me where she had worked, that's what they had done. So everybody's getting ripped.
That's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys, 1 second.
So, and it's not just the economic aspects of it. The border has quieted down from the media perspective, but it has not quieted down from what is going on.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
And Trump's going to come in and inherit one heck of a mess.
Yeah, that's I think what you're going to see, because I think they know that this isn't going to be stopped as far as him being reelected. So I think what you're going to see from this point forward is them creating the most difficult situation possible to be coming into. So they have things to blame on him when he takes office. So I think that that'll be largely the strategy heading into 2025 is to light a fire on the way out the door.
Yeah.
And yeah. I've got
Well, it suits their narrative because then they'll play it like Obama did for the first term. It was Bush's fault.
Yep. Yeah.
Everything that went on was Bush's fault.
Yep. No,
So
100%. And anything Trump fixes, we like, oh well, Biden set that up for him.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's all.
And if it takes a while to do, like certain things are going to do. I mean, there's going to be some things that can incentivize the economy, but the juggernaut, the cargo ship that the economy isn't going to turn around and do a 180 in nothing flat. He's going to be able to do some things like with oil or the drilling, but as Duppy, who's a geologist, has stated, it takes number of years to have from the point of saying okay exploration and finding to the point where you're getting the permits and the able to harvest that oil, whether it's fracking or oil. It takes years, some up to 30 years. So even though he says drill baby drill, there's also no refining process for good oil here, because here's what ended up happening. They turned around, and because of the shutting down of the U.S. harvesting and let's say sweet crude, they have been buying crap oil, high sulfur and stuff. Refineries have to accommodate that. The U.S. has no refining processes, no refineries today equipped to handle good oil. So even if we were to pump out our own oil, can't refine it.
So we were in a position already, like there had to have been infrastructure already in place during Trump's first term to have the gas prices where they were. So I don't.
But they shifted. They had to shift.
Well, he managed to shift it in one term then, so hopefully he could shift it again, and by the end of his first term, things be in a halfway decent place, set on a trajectory to get better and better, as long as there's some fundamental change that kind of keeps this going in the right direction beyond Donald Trump. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I'm
not saying that he won't do anything or that it's impossible to do what he's doing, what's setting up. I'm just saying that the setup, and the more and more they make it worse and worse and worse, the harder and harder it is to turn the ship around. That's what I'm basically saying. There are a lot of things that go on. And on the illegals, and we've discussed this many a times, that there are things he can do, but the minute he goes into deportation, he's going to have an uphill battle. Every single entity that's out there, those NGOs that are getting millions of dollars today, you think they're not going to be hiring lawyers to sue the heck out of Trump? The ACLU is just going to sit back and let it happen? All the money that Soros and the Catholic charities and everything else is doing to receiving from the government today, to expedite and to facilitate the invasion, they're going to go quietly? No.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that Trump isn't going to do anything or that he's going to fail. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's a lot working against the MAGA America First agenda. A lot of institutional resources put in place to slow it down at all costs. All right, there's one more video I want to get to before we go to a break. And again, after the break, we'll go exclusively to pill.net. Those of you guys watching on Rumble, DLive, CloudHub, Odyssey, YouTube, Twitter, please come over to pill.net for hour number 2. You can just go simply to pill.net in your browser. Find us at 412 Productions. You got the live channels at the top of the screen on mobile, to the left-hand side on desktop, or use the links in the Rumble video description, and I'll throw it in the live chat as well on Rumble and D Live for you guys to make it as easy as possible to continue hanging out with us today. So we'll mention that again here in a couple minutes. But I wanted to play one more video. We'll play it and then we'll discuss it on the other side of the break here. But I thought this woman made a good point too, and I wanted to get this in here in the first half. So take a listen. We'll be right back.
If I hear one more person say, if it happens to Trump, it can happen to you. It's already happening to people like me. It's happening. What we need to be saying is it's happening to Trump and it's happening to people like you. Not it can, it is. I am getting sued, a homeschool mom, for flying Trump flags in 2020. I've been in court for 4 years because Biden's White House is saying that we gave them emotional damage. The same lawfare that's happening to Trump, the Obama appointed judge, the gag order, all the unfair tactics that they use, all the abuse of resources is happening to regular people. Look at the January 6ers, the praying grandma, the woman who was peacefully protesting in front of an abortion clinic, the people who are posting memes on social media and facing prison time. Free speech is under attack. The left is using lawfare to chill free speech, to silence us and interfere with elections, and to go up against their opponents and people who support them. What you need to be asking is how many other people is it happening to?
So there you go. I thought that was really good point. And again, it's I think a big part of what's going to happen now with this conviction is, making a martyr out of Trump. I think it makes Trump just, again, more relatable to the average person, going back to that very first video we watched when he said he's getting the people treatment. I think that you're starting to see this bridge kind of being connected with the normie out there, the average person that might not be paying attention as much or getting as involved in things. I think the fog of war, or the whole thing is kind of becoming more clear as to where Donald Trump stands, who he actually represents, what he's a part of, what he's not a part of, what he's fighting against, who's fighting against him. I feel like a lot of that for a lot of people was very convoluted for a long time. And with this conviction, with the lawfare that they're going after him with, I feel like not for everybody, but for a significant segment of people that might have been a bit not so sure in the past, I feel like it's coming into focus in a big way. So that's why I played that one there. But we do have to go to our break right now. We can come back on the other side. Tiana, if you had thoughts on that video, we'll get those on the other side of our break here. And then we'll get into a bunch of other stuff related to the conviction and what happens next and all that good stuff on the other side. So again, those of you guys watching on Rumble, DLive, Cloud Hub, Odyssey, YouTube, and Twitter, please find your way to pilled.net. We're going to go till 6 p.m. Eastern time tonight and hang out over in the comfy bunker. I'm going to play a quick video. We'll come back, officially say goodbye to the other platforms, and then we'll continue on exclusively on Pilled.
Pilled.net is proud to host 412 Productions, exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pilled.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family. And if you have any questions at all, please email support@pilled.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pilled.net. Free speech lives here.
All right, we are back. Huge thank you to everyone who has hopped over to pilled.net for hour number 2. I really appreciate it. Again, to get over there, it's really easy. There's links in DLive and Rumble chat. It's also in the Rumble video description underneath the stream. All you got to do is click on that. It'll bring you right into the stream, or just type in pilled.net to your browser. All the live channels, there's thumbnails for them on your mobile device. If you're on mobile, it'll be on the top of the screen. If you're on desktop, just look to the left-hand side. You'll see all the live channels. We're 412 Productions. We're a black and gold little thumbnail there. You can't miss us. Or type in 412 Productions into the search bar. We'll pop right up. Click on us. It'll bring you right on in. So please come join us for hour number 2. If this is where we say goodbye for today, if you're not going to pop over from one of these other platforms, no worries. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time for our next installment of Deplorable Discussions. I'm going to try to get the No Prisoners podcast crew in tomorrow. I'm not commuting tomorrow, so we'll definitely be doing a deplorable discussion tomorrow, one way or another. We'll see if we have guests or not. I'm not sure. I haven't heard back yet, but and then on Wednesday, I think we're gonna have Daddy Dragon on the show. So that'll be a lot of fun to see what he's got going on. Get his thoughts on all this lawfare and nonsense as well this week. But let's go ahead and say goodbye to those other platforms. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to hour number 1. Hope you guys will come over and watch hour number 2 on Pilled. Otherwise, have a great day. What is happening here?